Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Drone Wars. Well, here we are. I believe this is episode 31, I could check real quick, but here we have the map in front of us from the last episode. You can see that the Great Red Sun Empire is not doing great, and the New Atlantic Alliance is also not doing great. The Powered Empire nearly has half the map, and the Federation is also holding out pretty strong up there, but it's losing ground over there. Their big fleet was lost, so they're going to need to regain some strength over there to try to take some stuff back. Delta Shipyards is also going to they're going to need to grow in strength and try to come up with a counter strategy to kind of win against all this that's going on here. Now we're just going to jump in and see what the different factions do. Alright, here we are. So to begin with, well, the Alliance can't really do anything. They don't have any fleets, they can't really expand much. All they can really do is just hope they'll last, and the other factions are really looking forward to taking them out. So we're moving over to the Federation, and, well, the Federation, they decided to max out their fleet cap by building another fleet here. As you can see, it's nothing too much, just a cruiser, frigate, corvettes, and fighters. It's just something to kind of just help defend this area and kind of just discourage the pirates from going up. And then they're going to send their other fleet over here, this way, to the Sailor's Canyon. So they're going to attack the Alliance again. And they're going after that fortress world on the Sailor's Canyons. So we're going to see if that battle is successful or not. Here we are, about to witness another battle. This time the Federation is going straight after that fortress here in Salos. You can see they've got quite the force here. They've got a single carrier and a lot of fighters that are going to be jumping in and trying to take out that fortress. You can see it just sitting here on the other side of this canyon. I'm unsure if the rest of these ships are going to try to avoid the canyon or just go straight through it. But we'll find out soon enough. We're going to go ahead and declare war on this watch. Here they go. Almost immediately, all these fighters are moving in, trying to do whatever they can. And that carrier probably is going to take its time. But in the meantime, these fighters are going to charge in. You can see all these fighters moving through the canyon is actually quite nice. Although I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do all that much because of how narrow this space is. There's already some fighters taking hits. There's another fighter going down. And all the rest of these fighters are going to jump in and do as much damage as possible. That carrier is still back there moving forward. This is definitely a struggle. That carrier off in the distance is going to have to get closer to be able to hit these. See how these cannons are moving in slowly. All these fighters are going to get shot down really soon if that carrier doesn't do anything. I don't think there's any fighters left. And that carrier is just sitting up there. It's not in the best spot here, as the canyon here is very distracting. It is completely blocking it from view. Definitely gonna have to move this back into a position where it can actually see the base down there. This is really risky because of the fact that this base can definitely do a lot of damage. And if that ship gets close enough, then that means it's definitely going to get shot at. It's definitely trying. This fighter that crashed over here has actually managed to leverage himself a little bit to be able to fire at the others here. That might actually be able to do enough damage to take out this fortress if he's lucky. But in the meantime, he's just going to have to rely on the support of that carrier if that carrier doesn't just run away off to the distance again. And that fortress is really tough to take out. I think the best way to take out a fortress like that is with a close-range ship. It seems here that, yeah, the carrier is definitely struggling, trying to figure out what to do with that fortress. And the fighter over here has been completely eliminated. I'm not quite sure what the carrier is doing now, as it's trying to hide away from the cannon. But in the process, it's basically blocking its AI from actually seeing it because the box is in the way. We're just going to move it back into a visible area. If it does this again, I'm just assuming that the Federation is just forfeiting in this battle, and they're just going to lose their ship if that's the case. Okay, it's immediately deciding to go down. It's great for firing all of its cannons, but it's going to hit the wall here. There's definitely some turrets firing away over here. And here he goes, up into the mountain again. Man, the Alliance really dug themselves deep in here. I don't think that carrier is going to be enough to really take that out. Because it looks like it's just going to be endlessly going back and forth at this point. So we're just going to go ahead and exit here, and we're going to assume the fleet is lost. And we'll see what the Federation does after that. Well, the Federation failed to take over that Alliance planet. And it's actually a really good place to put a stronghold, or fortress, or whatever it is. So yeah, I think the Alliance is going to be holding that for a while until someone makes a dedicated fleet for close-range combat. We go over here. Now it's Delta Shipyards' turn. And their first action is that they want to try weakening this fleet over here, using one of their weaker fleets. So they've sent over a fleet of almost entirely fighters over here. And they're going to be trying to hunt down pretty much all the fighters and maybe try damaging one of the frigates in this battle. I don't think they're going to do much more than that. So we're just going to go ahead and see what they do in the Salos Desert. Okay, here we are in Salos, and things are going to get a bit interesting here. So you can see we have the Pirate Empire's fleets here. It's not super massive, but they've got all the ships that they need, and they're going to be taking on a very small force that's over here. And we're going to see if this is enough ships to actually be able to significantly dwindle down those forces. If anything, it might help to eliminate those fighters. But we're going to see if it's enough. You can already see that these fighters are moving in. And right now, I don't have high hopes for the single corvette, which is probably going to get wiped out by torpedoes. But there is a chance that it might be able to do something. Nope, it's been completely eliminated. Well then, this is pretty much just going to be a glorified fighter battle. I'm not sure if these fighters are going to be able to do much, but we'll find out soon enough. There's already some missiles coming in, so they really got to move in quickly. Oh, this is really bad. They're already starting to get shot by the frigates. Surprisingly, there are still some fighters out here in battle. They are trying to do whatever they can to take out these fighters. Oh, there's some fighters being swarmed over there. It's like a team effort going on. with a small group here. They're going to try to move in and try to hopefully take out one of them. Maybe by some miracle they might have taken out some of the larger ships so it caused them to crash into the ground, but it is very unlikely. We'll take a look after this battle to see if that is the case. And there's another frigate over there. It's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. You can see these other fighters are moving in out there. There's barely anything holding this fighter together. Seems like there's only a few left. 3 fighters here. It's definitely spotted a target up there. Oh, I don't think there's anything left of this fighter here. Completely torn apart. And then that means that there is only 1 fighter left alive. And here it is. Surprisingly still kicking. It's moving towards the other frigates out there. You can see a battleship is kind of just crashing to the ground over there. It might still be functional, so it might not be out of the fight, but it is definitely still a threat. It's definitely trying. It's not like the fact that that battleship exists. Oh, he might hit the ground here, which is not great. He's just tapped the ground. He's taking some shots. Might still be able to fly. Or not. Yeah, it's the end of that fighter. So now we're just going to take a look at what's left of the Let's see, there's still frigates. The battleship did collide with the ground, but I don't think it's completely out. We could find out if it's out by just spawning it up here and see if it flies still. If it doesn't fly, then it's out. Yep, the battleship is out of the fight, unfortunately. So that's actually a pretty lucky attack here. Then we gotta count how many fighters are on the line. So there's a single fighter here, and there are 3 fighters out here that are still alive. So only 2 losses overall for the Pirate Empire. But of course, the Delta Shipyards did a lot more than than we expected. So we're gonna go and update the roster and see how that goes. Alright, so there have been some interesting developments here. So Delta Shipyards did fail to take out that fleet down there. That is a pretty big threat. But they managed to take out the biggest ship of that fleet, which was the biggest threat. So now it's just reduced to some frigates and fighters, which is actually a lot more manageable than, an entire battleship. And that was just a miracle. So that's great. The next thing they decided to do is to send one of their fleets to an unguarded pirate world over here, and they've conquered it. That allows them to increase their income a little bit, and decrease the income of the enemy just slightly. Then they decided to build another fleet. I believe the other fleet is did they build it here? Yeah, pretty much just no, it's not that fleet. They built a fleet up here. Here it is. Yeah. So they built a fleet of just 1 cruiser and some corvettes. That's a pretty formidable force for some areas, but they're probably going to use it against the Federation over here at some point. They might be able to do something, but who knows? Then we're moving over to the Pirate Empire, and they moved their fleet of just entirely fighters up here. And I'm thinking that fighter fleet is most likely going to be used to take some worlds that are unguarded, or it's going to be a distraction force. Probably the latter. Anyways, they decided to take one of their fleets from here, and they're going to go ahead and attack the Federation head on, just removing their shipyard here. So they're taking one of their super carriers and battleships and fighters. They're going to be taking on this force over here, which is, while it is larger, it is definitely not more powerful. I don't know how the Federation is going to be able to take on this, but we'll find out. Well, this is going to be either a really short battle or a really interesting battle, because there's quite a few things going on here. The first thing I'm going to mention is that, well, the Pirate Empire here is very powerful. As you can see, they have a lot of fighters, mainly because 2 of their ships, also carry fighters, and they have a lot of fighters, coming with the fleet already. And, 2 very powerful missile ships, and then just, they have a lot of firepower here. This is a nearly unstoppable fleet. I mean, and the Federation isn't doing too well here. You can see that they just have their cruiser, a frigate, a corvette, and they have some fighters here that might be able to do something. But overall, I don't think they're gonna be able to do all that much. Maybe if they're lucky, they can take out one of their ships, but we'll find out. There's gonna be a lot of torpedoes coming in. So these guys better be ready to take out all those missiles as quickly as possible. And hopefully dodge all that railgun before it becomes a massive problem. See, point defenses are already kicking in. Trying to shoot down as many of those torpedoes as possible, but a lot of them are coming in quickly. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. All these ships are just exploding over here. And in the meantime, all those fighters are going to be trying their best. I don't even know if any of the fighters even managed to get over this successfully. All I know is that there's a lot of torpedoes coming in for this ship. It has easily been just torn apart here. Ouch. See, this Corvette is still kicking, trying to do whatever it can. And there are fighters actually managing to close the distance here. They're trying to close in on that super carrier, but that super carrier is just going to tear them apart. Shields are holding in pretty well. As you can see over here, they are within missile range of some of these other ships. I think that's only going to do so much. They're definitely closing and trying to rip apart these other ships. That frigate is definitely holding on, trying to take care of as many fighters as possible. This ship is trying to do a little bit of a broadside to defend itself a bit, since its side armor is fairly strong. There is a large torpedo coming in, though. And those missiles are doing a lot of damage. He's definitely not giving up. Fighters are still doing whatever they can to take out that super carrier. That super carrier is definitely not going down without a fight. Not sure what the super carrier down there is doing, but it seems to be going after some debris. I think that's actually the remnants of the cruiser. It's completely eliminated. You can see it's going down here. I don't think there's anything left of the Corvette familiar either. You can see his fighters are still trying. I'm actually amazed these fighters are able to withstand all this. Although I don't think it's going to last all that long, as there is a lot of firepower going after this fighter. Definitely still some railgun going on from here, but I don't think it's going to last all that long. It's definitely losing pretty much all of its thrust here. Those lasers are definitely going after fighters in the distance here. Yet there are still fighters out there, still trying. That super carrier may be powerful, but it's not completely immune to all damage. And if these hits continue, it might actually fall, but I don't think its shield has been penetrated just about yet. There's still a fighter up here. Well, it's lucky this fighter is still alive. I don't think it's gonna last all too long, though. Man, that is a scary sight, just seeing that super carrier at work. Some of these defensive railguns are going to hit eventually. There we go. Oh, that poor fighter has just been torn apart. Still trying. Yep, that fighter is completely gone. And we can see there's still a good surplus of other fighters up here. I don't think there's been any major losses in this fleet here. And you see that the battleship here is also operational, so yeah, the Pirate Empire took no losses and completely just wiped the Federation fleet off this planet. Alright, so with the end of that battle, that's about it. With the pirates, they've gone on and they've taken over that planet, and I believe, yeah, they took over this planet too. I just forgot to change the color. There we go. So yeah, the pirates did take over that planet as well, so there was no one guarding it, so, you know, they turned it into the shipyard, a staging ground for them to expand into more Federation territory. Things are not looking great for the Federation here, as they are just quickly taking control of everything. And that's about it for the Pirate Empire's turns. Now we're moving on to the Great Red Sun Empire, and, well, the Empire here there's only so much they can do. They decide they're going to try to test their fleet against Delta Shipyards here, and, you know, it didn't end very well. So the next thing they decided to do was to build 2 fleets on their homeworld, and hope that that's enough to, you know, protect their homeworld. So they're mainly just delaying the inevitable here. I think that's about it here. Let's just zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture here. So yeah, the Federation is definitely shrunk. They're not as powerful as they were before. Delta Shipyards is growing stronger, and the Pirate Empire is also just expanding their territory a lot. At this point, the Pirate Empire really is close to winning. Yeah, that's about it for this episode. If you guys are interested in joining us for Season 2, there is a Discord in the description. Feel free to join that if you want to actually participate in the battles that will happen in Season 2. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you all have a great day, and take care.